this morning. Make sure to hold off on grabbing your computers. Just look up our notes. I hit the light so you guys can see what to do now. So what you're responding to in your notes is a reflection on our electromagnets from last week. You're responding to the question of what are these factors, the factors being the factors that affected strength. Factors were those independent variables. Factors were those independent variables.
I did not find them. Do you have school meeting? You have school, yeah. I'll check in a second.
Complete level 0 as you respond. Table 1. One more reminder. Complete level 0.
I'll explain it all in a minute after I get the day started.
As you didn't come by and see empty papers or notebooks still closed, you should be writing the do now. You got 40 seconds.
Same thing every day? All of you are really like, we're putting down the factors that affected the strength of the electron. Can you guys see that top text right in here? Thank you.
5, 4, tracking me in 3, out of level 0 in 2. I'm hitting the lights in 1, and waiting for 100% in 0. So, +1 Andrew. Appreciate the track. So, let's talk about these factors. A lot of you guys did really good on that exit ticket we did last week. However, some of us were missing the fact that the factors were only the independent variables. So, a common misconception, a thing you guys thought was a factor, was that chain of paper clips. So, when you're using it to chain, that's not a factor, right? That's a dependent variable. That's not something we could change, that's how we're measuring strength. So, who can give me, actually take a second with your elbow partner. You're going to turn and talk, and you're going to come up with, as a group, 2 factors that would affect the strength of the electromagnet. You're coming up with 2 factors with your elbow partner. Go. 2 factors that would affect the electromagnet. What are those 2 factors? No, so 2 factors. Can you change the strength of the Take 5 more seconds.
It's the same thing, but so much faster.
What did you guys do for this question?
They're AAA 180.
5, checking in 4, round level 0 in 3, waiting for 100% in 2. Oh, just a reminder, if you get to level 0 before I get to 0, it's a class-wide bonus in 1 and 0. Thank you. Factors. With quiet hand, you should have 2. Actually, I'm going to cold call on someone. I had a good hand here, though. Go ahead, James. The alligator clips? That's what you're talking about, right? The ones that had like the little, the reason they call them alligator clips is because the mouth looks like an alligator. The use of the alligator clips. What's another factor we could use that would affect strength? Max? Think back to what your testable question was with your group. What?
Batteries.
So, energy from batteries, strength of battery. If you use one of those huge, I can't even remember, it's like D12 or whatever those the bigger batteries are, it would increase the strength. Yeah, the kind of chubby ones. Go ahead. So, size of nail. Or screw, because we use some screws. Go ahead.
Like a bigger source?
Energy source, wouldn't that be going back to battery? Size of nail. There's one more major one. I can't remember if anyone in this group used it as their testable question, but go ahead. Number of coils. Hint, hint. The reason I keep coming back to these factors, 2 things. First, it's going to affect today's lesson. Second, this is a major part of your final assessment. So if you haven't written these down, if you didn't already have them, you should. I see a lot of students and scholars' pencils are moving quickly and they're writing them down. Is the truth about to change? Or do you need to be 100% okay. So remember, factors are those independent variables we talked about. They're the things that change from test to test. That's what the whole point of your test, right? The dependent, those are things staying the same so you can measure it. All right, moving forward. If you're jotting and finishing down those notes, make sure you're still listening to me as you do. If not, you should be tracking the board with me. Friday, we used the simulation to model what causes electrical forces. Today, we're going to work through another computer simulation, so you're going to be on your computers again, in order to explore the factors that affect the strength of electric force. Friday, we looked at what caused it. Today, we're going to look at the strength. By the end of the day, you should be able to explain what factors affect electrical force. I'm liking the note-taking I'm seeing. +1 to the whole class. Okay. What did we learn on Friday's simulation? This was the one with the sweater, the balloon, and the wall. Turn and talk with your elbow partner. With your elbow partner only, not your whole group. Go.
How some are track and how some are